Spirited Away, what a great
Did
movie.
you watch the last episode?
Yeah, I did, and I saw that it was a purple S.
You like that
It was funny.
little
It was funny.
tidbit?
I think you're doing a great job on the editing, and that's not being sarcastic or anything. I think it looks great, and I've told you before, you don't have to keep this in the episode, but I am excited to see what the new system looks like. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to Architects of Lore, the one and only weekly podcast where two audacious cousins sit around and discuss the age-old art of storytelling. And at the end, we're going to come up with another amazing original idea of our own. But I'm your host, aka Z-Town TV. That's my co-host / co-cousin, Devin, aka Devo City. Devin, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, and I just want to congratulate Riverside for catching all of that welcome in your opening. That was amazing. You didn't even peek at all. That was fantastic. Good job, Riverside. I'm doing fantastic today. I did do the exact opposite of what you asked me not to.
Is that why you needed an additional 15 minutes?
I needed a shower, man. We will get to that later in golf talk, but yes, I did go golfing today.
Okay.
But I'm in a great mood, so
as long as you're in a good mood, because last time you went golfing, some bad stuff happened, and you came in all fucking pouty and shit.
Yeah, it was a hectic day, busy day at the course last time, but no, today went well. Well, we'll get to that later. I'm doing all right. We're recording a little early, because I am about to go on my golf trip, and I mean, does anything really matter? I haven't really seen any new. I did start to watch King Arthur from 2004 with Clive Owen. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
I saw like a clip of it on TikTok, and I was like, "Oh, I remember this. Let me take a look." I got about 5 minutes in before I turned that off.
I've somehow, because obviously I personally don't have a TikTok account. That's insane. I'm a 36-year-old man. But I do have the Architects of Lore TikTok account on my phone, and I've fallen down a real Suits rabbit hole where every other video is just a clip from Suits that I inevitably end up watching the whole thing. So,
man, I almost got logged out of my account yesterday, and then I like logged in with my email, and it gave me like a new account, and I was like, "No, my algorithm's all messed up."
Yeah.
I had to do a recovery, and then back to all those sweet golf talks. Just golf.
Yeah, I've been subscribing to anything that's golf related that I like. I'm like, all right, I want that to pop up. I don't want exclusively Suits videos or somehow I've gotten onto this Dropout pod. With I guess
I know what it is.
Yeah. Like I don't know who these people are, but again, every
podcasters
video
follow podcasters. Podcasters important podcasters.
I gotta say, I laughed. I was like, hey,
they're funny.
You know?
They don't come up with original movie ideas. That's why you listen to Architects of Lore. But they're great. They're a good time.
I assume so. Everything that I've seen has made me laugh. So either they're always funny or whoever curates their talks doing a good job. So all right.
That's TikTok with Architects of Lore. Like that pun I just put in there.
Loved it. That was great.
I know.
Look at you being in a good mood. I don't think this is going to really do well for our content because the contentious TikTok blew up. That was great. Everybody loved it.
I'm sorry that I'm in a positive mood. Did you see any new movies lately?
I did. No, actually, I don't think I talked about this last episode. I watched The Marvels.
Yeah, you brought up that but you said I watched a new movie, but then you never mentioned it.
Never brought it up. Yeah, I gotta say, I don't understand what people were upset about. I had fun. It was 90 minutes. It was a fun movie. Did it?
I laughed.
Super makes sense all the time? No, but I laughed. I felt that Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, Brie Larson's character I felt like I understood her more in this movie. It's like, hey, you actually get to have like a character. Like the first movie was just like, I'm a badass that got my
Mhm.
memory wiped away. And then the end game in Infinity War was just like,
I'm a nuke.
I'm a nuke that comes in and moves the story along. And this one is like, yeah, I didn't come back to Earth because I kind of fucked some shit up and I felt real bad about it. I was like, hey, all right, you know what? I understand that. There we
Got
go.
married, had that whole
Yeah.
K-pop scene because the guy is like a huge K-pop star. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I had no idea.
Yeah,
Okay, that makes more sense. That movie probably did better in the Asian market because of that. So good for them.
but
But
I think
again,
Miss Marvel steals the show. What a fantastic actress! What a
oh
fantastic.
yes. What's her name?
I think it's Kamala. Or no, is that the
No,
character name?
that's the character name, Kamala Khan. The actress,
Kamala Khan. Ah,
honestly, I don't know the other lady's name either. Like that's actually pretty bad. But the lady who plays Monica Rambeau,
Rambo.
right? Yeah, Rambeau and Kamala Khan. I thought they were both really good. Nick Fury, I like the fact that he was just reduced to a background character for this. It's like
Yeah.
you're just kind of the guy we need to put everything together. And
Are you
I gotta be honest,
praying? Yeah.
yeah,
I didn't say stop.
don't stop. But
Aman Vellani is Miss Marvel,
okay, and what's
and
Monica?
Monica is played by. I wasn't ready for this, so
Devin's gonna be so mad. He was in a good mood. He's gonna be so
yeah.
sick. I didn't prep him because he likes to be prepped when I'm gonna talk about movies. Like I know what I'm gonna say. Come on, folks. The genius just comes off at the top of my head.
Tehona Parrish.
All right. They all
Park
did
Se
wonderful.
Jun was the K-pop star,
Gotcha.
or
Oh,
maybe he's
I had
just a
fun.
Korean actor. But I think he's a Korean actor. But he is like huge superstar. That guy.
And I mean, anybody that's listening to this, if they watch the Marvels, they're gonna be like, okay, I know why Zach liked this movie. Some of you are right. It's because it had a lot of cats.
So many cats.
So many cats.
And
They
the
were
cats
integral
saved the
to
day.
the plot. Yeah, they were.
Yeah. They wouldn't have survived without the cats.
They wouldn't have. They would not have. And I think I've been over this with you before. Every fucking hero, whatever, has some sort of dark past with my parents are dead. And I understand that because they have to
It's
be like,
normally what makes a hero. Yeah.
yeah. Like you gotta have something in your past that drives you or whatnot. I just like the fact that Miss Marvel just has a family and they're just like still like proud, but still like disappointed, like a real family. Like, come on.
Miss Marvel or
Miss
Captain
Marvel. Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel.
Like, and her whole family was a part of this movie. Like her mom,
Yeah.
dad, and brother was just part of the movie. Like, I mean, she's fine. She could do better. You should really focus on your schools. I'm a superhero, mom. I'm saving the universe. Yeah, but like, you got like an 80 on that last test. Come on.
It's a fun movie. I like it. I enjoyed it.
It is a fun movie. So, if you haven't seen Miss Marvel, or not Miss Marvel,
Nope,
that's the
The
TV
Marvels.
show. Also good. The Marvels is fun. It's a fun movie. I thought it was one of the better Phase 4 Marvel projects. So,
Yeah.
there we go. All right, well, now it's time for golf talk with Architects of the Lord.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Devin disobeyed my direct request of
You
don't
cheated
go
on
play
me
golf.
when I specifically asked you not to.
Please don't play golf before the show because there's a 50-50 you come in a
You didn't
horrible
say please.
mood.
You didn't say please. You said don't play golf. I said, what if I play well? You said don't play golf.
Yeah. And then I should have known right there, out of spite, Devin was going to do it no matter what. So
let me give you the rundown of what happened today. I played golf yesterday, par 3, 8 over, still under bogey golf. Pretty happy with that.
This is the same par 3 course that you always go to, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So, I was in bed last night. I was about to fall asleep, and I go, you think I got time to get my irons re-gripped before I leave for this golf trip?
Oh, you always got time for a re-gripping. Yeah.
So today, I called up Roger Dunn, and I was like, how long to get a full set re-gripped? 2 to 3 days. Call up Golf Galaxy. How long to get a full set re-gripped? 24 hours. We're going to Golf Galaxy. So Scott came over. We went to Golf Galaxy. He had to get his 4-iron repaired because the head was coming off.
Yep.
Hell of a deal. $9.99 for the repair. Also going to
bad.
be done within 24 hours.
So wait,
And
if
then,
if you left your clubs, how did you play?
oh, just wait for it.
Oh, you're
Wait for
right.
the
You're right.
wait.
You're right. You're right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So I had my driver, my woods, my putter, my 56, and my 52. But pitching through 3, all getting regripped. Went with the Golf Pride. They're like yours, but instead of where yours is purple, because yours has like the black and then the purple.
Yep.
Mine has the black and then the red, obviously. So
Oh, of course. Everybody knew that was going to happen with you. You're a big.
yeah,
guy.
Scott's like, these ones feel better, and I'm like, they're not red. What size did you get? I got mid.
I got standard, and I am probably the next time I either get irons or regrip, I'm going to get mid. I'm definitely going to regrip my driver before the season, and I will get mid on that because I've swung my buddies, and he has mid for all of his stuff, and it just feels like I have a little bit more control over it. Even though technically I like looked it up, it's like if you have whatever size from here to here in inches, you should get standard. I'm like, yeah, but if you feel like you have more control, then you got more control.
I got like oven mitt hands. They're like a lot of this, but not a lot of the fingers.
Yeah.
A lot of the palm, not much finger.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't know if that's an oven mitt, but oven mitt would
That's
be like
historically where you have to hold the club, though, is directly in the palm.
No, you don't want it in this.
Yeah, right here.
That's not
right there.
What are you pointing at?
I'm just making sure that you know that it's actually supposed to be up here.
Yeah, it's up here. Man.
All right, good. Okay, good.
I'm starting to get calluses, and I'm loving it. You can see it.
All
Can you
right.
see them?
No, you got to move your hand over because in the real frame you'll be able to see it, but for me specifically, there we go. That's nice.
Seeing these?
Look at those calluses.
I'm getting calluses, bro. So obviously we went to Golf Galaxy. I bought 2 new boxes of balls. Went with the Callaway. What?
Triple track?
No, because that's what Scott plays, and it would be rude for me to be like, we're gonna play the same balls, and we gotta always make sure that we know whose is whose. No. I play with Scott all the time.
That's fine. Whatever.
He's laid claim to the triple for, I want to say, the entire time I've played with him.
All right, well, Scott, because I know you're a loyal Architects of Lore listener, I've laid claim to Vice. Just the whole brand.
You're fine. And when you come out in April, because we were talking about the 1v1 today, because I was like, Zach was giving me this, how to read these putts, and he's like, well, is he good at putting? I'm like, I don't know. We're going to have to see when it comes out in April.
No, it's the weakest part of my game, by far.
So, Scott got a couple shirts. I think he got a thing of balls too. I went with like the Callaway. I don't know if they're Chrome Soft, but
Chrome Soft X.
They have like this cool red splash pattern on them. They're sick. And then I got ones with some clovers on them too. I thought those were cool.
Ooh.
Yeah. Like, why not?
Listen, look good, feel good, play good. You got to get the great swag. You got to get the golf gear. You got to have good grips. And then you're going to show up in Arizona and you're going to dominate your friends.
I think I'm going to go back. I told Scott, this is the worst part of 24 hours. Come back later. And Golf Galaxy knows what they're doing here. Because what do you think we're going to...
when you get back there.
Exactly. Because we were already talking about what things we should have bought. Yeah. And the fact that we're going there tomorrow...
Oh, you're going to get with Scott?
Yeah, because he's got to go pick up his 4-iron.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you're right.
So we already got like a... I was like, what are you doing tomorrow, 4 o'clock? You want to go to Pasadena? He's like, yeah, of course.
All right.
I was like, maybe go to the driving range afterwards?
Maybe play a little part 3?
Maybe a little part 3? I don't know, because it's after 4, so I don't know if we'll have time for the part 3, but...
That's fair.
Maybe we do part 3 and then the driving range.
Actually, we're like 10 days away from it being sunset at 7 p.m. All right?
I can't wait for
that's when golf season really kicks off.
That's when it starts. So, but back to how I played today. Scotty Boy let me use his P through 8.
Okay.
And I
Isn't it
shot
always
those
like
about,
130 in or something like that?
yeah,
So really, you just needed to hit like maybe a P.
maybe. But I was hitting with my clubs, and I got my smooth stroke. They were going where they were going.
Okay. You're
I'm
right.
not gonna
You're
be the
right. You're
guy.
right. I'm
I'm not gonna be the
gatekeeping.
guy who's like, oh, I got on the green, but was with an 8 instead of a pitching wedge, so that doesn't make me good of a golfer. You know what pisses me off about all these golf talks now is all these people are like, look how far I can hit my 52. I don't give a fuck how far you can hit it. Can you hit it in a 5-foot radius? That's what I want to know.
Did you?
What happens when you're 150 in, when you're hitting your 52 that far, buddy? Can you hit the green, or you're just going to sail it fucking 100 yards because you don't know how to hit the ball 50 yards out? Don't come at me with distances. I'm going to play my game. I'm going to use the club that gets me on the fucking green. I don't care what club it is. I'm going to use that club.
Finally, we got a good talk here, folks. You
I know.
just got to talk to him about golf distances.
So I was hitting Scott's clubs, and they were going 10, 15 yards further than mine. Like, longest hole on the course, 135. I normally use my 8. It gets there, no problem. What is this face? Did you want me to grant again? It doesn't matter how far I hit my club. You know what they said about Tiger Woods? It's like Tiger Woods can hit his pitching wedge, his 9-iron, his 8-iron, and his 7-iron all 150 degrees. You know what the difference is? Loft.
50 degrees.
Or 150
150
yards.
Gotcha. Okay.
The loft of the ball angle. Because golf isn't about hitting it as far as you fucking can. It's a goddamn sport about finesse. And that's why you're never going to be scratched, Zach. That's why you're never going to be scratched.
That's fair. No, I was going like this because you have fucking old ass irons that are probably not have strong degree lofts, and that's why
I know. I fucking
yours
hit
go
Scott's
further.
8. I hit a tree and I still sailed at 20 yards.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is I can hit the long. I could go to TikTok. Give me some new clubs. I'll go on TikTok, fucking hit it as far as I can on a range with as many fucking takes as I goddamn need. Come on, guys. Come on. Who are you impressing? Okay.
There it is.
I can hit my
There's the
56,
answer.
200 yards. Why would you ever hit your 56, 200 yards?
It's true.
You know, I go to the range. There's 2 barrels. And I spend 15 to 30 balls just trying to chip into those barrels. You know who else does that? Absolutely no one, because they're trying to hit the back wall with their fucking pitching wedge.
So you were talking about distances because you hit it further with his 8-iron.
Yeah. I just need new clubs, man. I can hit it far. I just need better clubs. But like, fuck those people anyways. You know what I'm saying? Fuck those people anyways.
I mean, not pro tip because I've never been there, but I've seen it on all these golf times. You know that you're gonna hit it farther, just regardless in Arizona, right?
I did not.
The air is drier. It's less humid. You're gonna be a higher elevation. You're going.
And I got new balls.
And you got new balls.
I'm not using any of those balls. Like I got one sleeve out.
I'm just saying you might want to go to the range before with
those balls.
One of your buddies is gonna have something that measures distance. Throw it behind you. Get your distances before.
I have a rangefinder.
Okay.
But
that's
it's
not what you
for the
need.
range. It's called a rangefinder. I saw that joke on TikTok. That's not mine.
All right, let's move on.
Oh no! Because I'm not done.
I want to know what you shot. I want to know what you shot. That's what I'm saying. Let's move on.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry. Because I've still got. I told you on the phone.
I've got 20 more minutes on golf talk.
I know. I said we should start gatekeeping golf, and not based on money, based on skill. You got to go out to the range. You got to hit balls for 20 minutes, and if the starter says you're good enough to play, you can play. But if you're not, keep hitting balls. Maybe go to the par 3. Par 3s are for you. But like real courses, I don't want to see anyone in jeans. I don't want to see people in t-shirts. I mean, you brought up your hoodie thing because it's a golf made hoodie. Get a goddamn quarter zip. What are you wearing right now? A quarter zip. That would look perfect on the course.
I have played in this, and it looks great. But guess what? Golf hoodies are real. And when you live in upstate New York, Devin, you're putting on a hoodie, not a thin quarter zip, okay?
How many times you putting that hood up?
0.
Then why do you need a hoodie?
What if it gets windy? Then I'll put it up on a normal,
Have respect for
chilly
the
day.
game and respect for yourself and wear a goddamn cap.
You can tell me what to fucking wear when you beat me. When you beat me, you can tell me what to wear.
I've been playing golf longer than you, sir. I don't know if that's true.
It might be. I don't know.
I don't know.
took
Did
like
you
a
guys go to
very long
Sunnycrest growing
break.
up?
I took a very long
I
break.
did too.
But what'd you fucking shoot?
Okay. So I played the executive course on Sunday. Horrible. Played horrible.
8 over.
I was playing with Ryan. It wasn't going well. The motherfucker also drove a 252
Wait, sorry,
yard
you were not
green.
8 over on this executive course. I apologize. That
No.
was a different course.
Yeah. 252 pin location. He drove 250. Missed his eagle putt. So, like, he's not that good. But it was a little longer, a little right. Okay.
Okay. You were a little longer?
His carry is 250. Mine's 260. What do you want about it? So
You're carrying 260 with your driver?
Is that good?
Yeah, that's good. 260
man.
carry is very good.
Oh,
260
well, he's
total,
not carrying 250.
fine.
He's doing 250 total. I'm
Okay,
talking
all
like
right. Depends
I
on
don't
the
think
roll. Then
Well,
then it just depends on the roll of the day. If it's
yeah.
it's hard, then it'll roll.
If I really get under it, probably 400. But anyways, so horrible day. Little hungover because I was trying to practice how you play. You know, I told
you're
gotta
gonna be
practice.
hungover in Arizona. You gotta practice.
Yeah, so I was like, I gotta do one round hungover.
Yep.
So the night before, like a scholar, I had a bunch of beers, and then
you didn't want to, but you knew you
No.
had to practice.
I had to.
Yep.
I'm committed, bro.
Yep.
So, I mean, I'm still showing up at 9:45 for my 10 a.m. tea time, which is fine because they didn't even have a cart ready for us. So, like, I'm not late. They're late because they overbooked the course. Again, gatekeep the gate. Not on money. Keep the prices low. Keep the skill level high.
Yeah.
Played awful. Played like shit. Threw out the car. Also, I realized when I'm a passenger in a cart, I hate it. I get so heated. Because if you don't drive right, and if you park the cart on the left side of the ball, which maybe some people did, right? It's going to piss me off. Let's park the cart to the left, 15 feet behind the ball. Okay, let me grab my rangefinder, walk up, take his fucking thing, walk back, get my club, walk up. I've already walked 45 yards before I take my shot.
All right, but you know that I'm not
15
letting
yard,
you
15
drive at the Pompey member gas, right?
You want to win?
I'm the member. I drive.
Do you want to win?
No.
Okay.
I just want to have fun.
Nate?
I just
You
want to
need
have
partner?
fun.
Nate?
If you fucking
Then let me drive!
if you switch to fucking Nate, I will never.
You said
talk
you
to
were walking anyways.
The podcast
What if
is
I
over.
drive, you put your clubs in the cart, and you walk, and I drive?
I might do that a few times, especially if I hit a bad shot. I like to walk it off.
You have
That's
to
fine.
walk it off.
Yeah, walk it off.
There's two things you have to do. Either walk it off or reload.
Yeah. All right. Go on. Today you went to
sorry.
three.
Went to the part 3 on Monday. Wait, what day is today?
Wednesday.
Tuesday. So I went to part 3 yesterday. I spent an hour at the range, went through a big bucket, went through a medium bucket, worked some stuff out, hit 8 over. Is what it is. Scott got even par.
It's fine.
Had a good time though, had a great time.
Kind of seems like really the company's the problem.
So people get me heated, man.
Yeah.
Get me heated. And then today I played with Scott's clubs. So like I wasn't hitting as many greens. Like
You were calibrating.
a few
He's got
times.
stronger
But I was
loft
5
cam.
over. I was 5 over today.
There you go.
Pretty decent.
Devin,
I had a birdie. Nice birdie
before
putt.
you shot 20 over on 9. This is
I
progress.
know.
You're
You're
doing
right.
great. You're doing
I
great.
know. I'm fucking making waves, man.
Unfortunately, I have not gotten out, but this weekend, I think Sunday, maybe Monday and Tuesday should be pretty nice. Might take the day off, might hit outside course. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I heard it was gonna snow 11 inches tomorrow.
Tonight. Yeah. Yesterday was 67. Today was 58. And when I got out of work, it was raining. And by the time I drove home, it was 20 degrees colder. So, yeah, I can hear the wind outside. And if I cut out, the internet's out. And you just got to assume that Syracuse has been bombed and we're gone.
It's a tundra, baby. It's a tundra. No. Isn't it technically a tundra? I think it might be.
No, it's not. It's not a tundra. We have deciduous.
The permafrost?
There is no permafrost. All right, well, let's move on to everybody's second favorite part of the show. movie game. That might have been our best take yet. I think that's the one we use now on forever. Let's cut.
I don't know. I think we should be in suits. Like the manly men. It'll be the movie game. And then we'll separate, and then somehow our heads will pop out of the middle. The movie game. We'll do it in post. We'll figure it out. Bunny, go ahead and read last week's audience question.
Last week's audience question for the movie game was, of course, she's a Steel Town girl, working metal daily and moving to the music nightly at a bar frequented by a Civil War soldier who deserted his post to live and learn among the native Suez tribe. Devin, of course, that answer, of course, is
Dirty Dancing with the Wolves. Dirty Dancing with Wolves.
No.
Dirty Dancing with
Still
Wolves.
wrong.
What? What is it? Dances with Dances?
Flash Dance is with Wolves.
Whatever. This tape sucks. Oh, man, give me my question. I got to redeem myself.
I love it when you get the audience ones wrong, but you're so
confident.
Because
I'm so confident.
How'd you feel getting woken up this morning with that text?
Luckily, it didn't wake me up. My brown noise machine was a lot louder, I guess.
You knew that was going to happen as soon as you put that in the episode, right?
What was it, 4:30 in the morning?
It was pretty early. Because it was like 7 a.m. my time.
And he even said, morning, Devin.
Yep.
4:11.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was not awake.
All righty. Well, Devin, your question on this week's movie game is: a man investigates a cover-up behind the assassination of a popular 1960s president by a spacey mental hospital patient that claims he is from a distant planet.
JFK Pack.
That is correct, K-Pax. That is correct. I knew you had it. Good job.
Got him quick. I had to redeem myself. I had to. I mean, there was no choice. I had no choice.
You know, sometimes this man knows movies.
Sometimes I know movies. All right, Zach, let's see if you know movies with your movie game question. An evil genie exacts revenge upon the street rat that banished him by shoving his dismembered body into a North Dakotan wood chipper.
No. Aladdin.
Okay. No. Think of this. An evil genie exacts revenge upon the street rat that banished him.
So it's the second or third. Yeah.
Yes.
I gotcha. It's Aladdin, Return of Jafargo.
Yeah. The Return of Jafar and Fargo.
Yeah. I was like,
I don't know if the Return of Jafar, was that direct to DVD?
Yeah, that was direct to DVD.
I don't know if that should count.
It's still a movie.
True.
All righty.
Worked hard on that. That should definitely count.
This should definitely count. Audience, this is your movie game question for the week of March 11th. I think that's right. Pretty sure that's right.
Is that right? I don't know.
I think it's right. I think this is when it comes out. Jennifer Lopez, Ice Cube, Owen Wilson, and John Voight fight a big-ass snake that deciphers religious clues planted by the Mona Lisa dude. Your movie game question for the week again is Jennifer Lopez, Ice Cube, Owen Wilson, and John Voight fight a big-ass snake that deciphers religious clues planted by the Mona Lisa dude. If you know the answer to that question, I'm not supposed to say this. Never mind. Loop it.
I know that one. I actually do know that one.
All righty, well, Devin, let's get into that movie that we totally 100% told the audience last week about in Studying the Blueprint.
This week, we totally told the audience about Spirited Away, the 2001 Japanese animated fantasy film by Hayao Miyazaki from Studio Ghibli. And for those who have not seen the movie, it is about a 10-year-old girl who, with her parents, on their way to their new home, stop at an abandoned amusement park where her parents get sucked into eating noodles and then by a witch, Yababa, and then she works at Yababa's bathhouse, and then her parents transform into pigs, and then she has to work all this way, and a demon, is it a demon, comes in, and it's only nice
I
to
don't know if he's a demon, but he's like a spirit. No face.
yeah, and only likes her, gives out a lot of gold, but then ends up eating people, and she has to save a dragon who's also a boy.
Haku?
And at the
Something like
end,
that. Haku.
what?
I think it's Haku.
Yeah,
The boy, Haku.
because the water was dammed up, right, from the river. He's the river dragon, and the river's been dammed up in real life. So this is like
They
a
filled it
fantasy
in and
realm or something.
made like apartment complexes. Is what she said.
Yeah. And then she has to pick out from a bunch of pigs who her parents are, and she chooses correctly, and they're all released. But I believe it is years later when they return, or weeks at least, because there is some overgrowth on the car.
It's like a couple days, not years. Couple days.
Okay.
I
They didn't say, but I was
think
like, that's a lot of growth on the car.
I think it's just the same time period of like how long she was there.
Oh, so maybe a couple weeks then.
I don't know, a couple days, couple weeks. Well, they don't really discuss time too much in the film.
But
That's
that is Spirited Away.
First of all, let's just say this right out the gate. This is going to be very high. It's just going to be. It's a great movie.
Regardless, is one of the greatest films of all time.
If you listening to this
Possibly the greatest
have
animated
never
film.
watched a Studio Ghibli movie, they are not cartoons for kids. It is full on adult films with adult themes, adult animation. Like, this is a movie that your children probably shouldn't watch at a certain age. And some of their other work, they definitely shouldn't watch. Like, my favorite Studio Ghibli movie is Princess Mononoke, and that shit is dark and violent. But then there's some other lighter ones like Kiki's Delivery Service or My Friend Totoro. Like, they're all bangers, is what I'm saying. If you ever watch Studio Ghibli movies, get on Max, start watching them. Start with Spirited Away, though. It's a really good film. Devin, very good choice that you definitely told the audience about last week. 100%. I did notice as I was watching this that this is one of those films, stories types where outside actions really push the story forward. Like, it's just like this happened and then this happened and then this happened instead of a lot of what the characters' choices are until kind of towards the end where she chooses to go to whatever her sister's place is. She chooses the pig. She chooses to like get No Face out of that. But before that, which is a lot like storytelling, this is not a bad thing. It's just this is how this story was structured. Is that a lot of this is like, here's a bunch of shit that's happening to the character. Not in
it's very confusing at first. You're like, I don't know what's happening. I'm just watching this. seeing this happen to her and her being, I mean, she's a 10-year-old girl, so she's doing what a 10-year-old girl would do, just being what she's told. And
Yeah, I mean, but it's like it's one of those films, and I like sometimes I forget this, especially with stuff that I create or we create. I've always tried to think about it because, like, when you're the creator, you always think about like, what's the reason that all this is happening? And a lot of the times, the audience never knows the reason. Like, they don't explain shit. They're just like, yeah, some spirits live there. Here's a bunch of spirits. Why does her having a job at this place mean that she won't get fucked over? No idea. Why, like, why does this no face like her for no reason? And why can he eat people? And then why suddenly at the end is she's like, oh, he'll be fine. Like, she's like not scared of him at all, even though he has murdered people. Like, they weren't
well, no, he
murdered
throws
because
them
he
back up, and they're not.
regurgitates.
Yeah,
They don't know that at that point.
no,
But like, she's like, no, I think he just goes crazy being in there. What? Like, where did you get that from? It was true, but like, where did you get that from? It's like kind of like she has a supernatural sense for these things because she has like a good heart, maybe is the reason. I don't know. But that's not the point. The point is that
yeah. I
I
think
get
she
in
can
my
read
own
people, and she can see. You know,
yeah,
she gets their intentions.
I get in my head too much, especially when I'm creating things, but everything needs a logical reason for it. I need to know, and then I have to explain it so people need to know how smart I am. Where a lot of the times you'd be like, here's just a fun ass story. Here's some shit that happens. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I went to Studio Ghibli exhibit before I even saw any Studio Ghibli films, and you can appreciate the art, because they had
Oh yeah.
actual animation cells. They had an installation where it's like they had like the clouds, and the ceiling was painted to look like all in their style and design. And they had like grass where you could lay on the grass, where it was like looking up at the clouds, just like the movies.
Where is this?
Um, it was at a museum in LA. It was just an
It was
exhibit.
like a
It's no
pop up
longer.
or something.
Yeah,
Got ya.
I think it was there for like 6 months or so. Me and my mom went. It was fun. It
That's
was,
pretty cool.
yeah.
Oh
It
yeah,
was.
the art style in these movies is great. Like, you can tell that this guy grew up during World War II because a lot of this is analogous to that. A lot of his movies are like the train ride where they're going and you have all those like old like black silhouettes of stuff. Like, that's just like an analogy of like, this is what used to happen in Japan. These soldiers came out and then they just disappeared and they were gone. Like,
Yeah, it's one way, right?
yeah, one way, never coming back, which is weird. But then again, you don't have to explain it. The train just appears at the end of the track again. Like, all right. And like, why
Yeah.
was what was the sister's name? Zen something? Zen Moba?
You have Google as well, so
Yeah, I
don't
mean, I
like
thought
ask
you
me
had
like
it.
I'm serious.
You look to
I
your
don't
left.
have it up. But, like we're just talking about the movie, and now you're like, all right, what's this character's name? What's that character's name? Uh, Zaniba.
Geneva. See, you had it up right there. Look at that.
I'm just saying, like, there's no reason why you can't have a window open with your notes, especially when you're the one who plays Monica Rambeau. What? I didn't know we were going to be talking about this.
I just figured that you knew it, obviously, because you just know movies. You just know
Oh,
movies.
okay. Well, if you want to say I know movies more than you know movies, go ahead. Just
Of
say
course.
it.
Absolutely. You know movies. Why was she so mean in the beginning and then
You
so
didn't say
nice
the
at
other
the end?
part.
Oh, better than me. You know movies better than me. That's what you wanted me to hear? You want to clip
Yeah,
that
yeah,
part
yeah,
real
yeah,
quick? Clip it?
yeah. I don't know.
I mean, like, that's the point. You don't have to know. The story
I don't know.
just works, which is cool.
And I heard that his latest film is about uh
The Boy and the
the
Heron or something like
the
that.
boy and the heron is about it's about a master, genius master at his craft, like still trying to find his masterpiece or something like that. And it's basically about him. Like the movie's about him.
That would make sense.
That's what someone on a podcast I heard. I don't know which one, but
All right,
I
but
haven't
Devin,
seen it.
I've
So
been talking a lot. You're the one who recommended this movie. What'd you think? Did you love it? Did you hate it?
I've had some people tell me, you got to watch these Studio Ghibli movies, and Howl's Moving Castle or My Neighbor Totoro. or Princess Mononoke, and Spirited Away was always like that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. That's the best one for an opener,
Oh,
right?
okay. All right.
Yeah, like an opening. You're like you watch the Princess one. It's like that's too dark right away. So this is a good. This gets you set in the pace. I like it. I enjoyed it. Did I know what was happening for the first 90% of the movie? Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
And then the last 10%, I was like, I kind of get it. It's good though. It's really good. It's interesting. I like. They did obviously English dubbing in the version I watched.
Oh,
So
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm curious to because I like the voice acting, but I'm curious what the original voices are like as well, and how they compare. Obviously I won't understand it, but just like the tone and all that. But pass the phone test really catches you, and I like it.
Cool. All right. Well, that's good to know since you recommended it.
I know.
All right. Who was your favorite character?
Who's that old man who has all the legs or whatever?
Kamaji.
Yeah, probably him.
Kamaji.
Probably that guy.
He was like that part of the movie where she goes down there and Haku is just like, you got to ask him for a job. You got to keep asking because he's going to push you away. And then it starts off like that, and you see, okay, all right, whatever, all right. And then he's like not going to give her a job. And you're like, okay, so she'll just keep asking him. That's probably how this is going to go. And then another lady comes in who I didn't understand some of these people. Are they human? Like, was that lady human? Was she not human?
They're not human, but they look human-ish.
Yeah. But
They're
like she comes down
different.
there and like she's ready to turn this girl in. And then he's like, yeah, she's my granddaughter. Go give her a job. And he's like, oh,
yeah.
Look at this good guy. And then that lady is kind of like a meanie to her. But then as soon as she gets a job, that lady's like her best friend. Like, oh my God, you got the job. Look at you. And I'm like, who is on whose side?
Who knows, man? Who knows?
But Haku's dragon form, that was sick.
Very cool. Yeah.
That was real cool.
I love a Japanese dragon.
Yeah, the one where they look like worms. Like not with the wings and whatnot.
Actually.
Oh, yeah, right there.
So, let me turn it so you can see it.
Devin has a Japanese lantern with a dragon on it.
I think it's a Chinese lantern.
lantern.
Similar dragon style, at least. So.
Pretty cool. Also, are you going to burn that Coachella at 40 or?
Yeah, you're right. I should get that better in frame.
Alrighty. Well, definitely passed the phone test for me. So really, there's only one more question we got to answer, Devin.
Where does it fall on the lore list?
All right, Devin. Well, I think it's got to go real high. So we're definitely in top 10. I'm thinking at least. I'm looking at this right now. It's got to be above Step Brothers, or what are we doing here?
I'm thinking top 5. I'm thinking. All right, so we got Lawrence of Arabia, Shawshank Redemption, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Pirates of the Caribbean, and Step Brothers is our current top 5. I want to bump Pirates and put this above Pirates.
Okay,
that's a call for you. That's a call for you.
We do have to discuss cultural relevance. Is Pirates of the Caribbean more culturally relevant? It did spawn at least 3 sequels. It had a lot of Halloween costumes.
What culture are we talking about? Because
right.
Spirited Away is much more culturally relevant in Japan than you would think Pirates of the Caribbean. And Pirates of the Caribbean, vice versa, in the U.S.
Also, I mean, if we're going on just like, what are you going to watch again? Pirates or Spirited Away? Yeah. Pirates. Okay, so then wasn't it probably Pirates? I mean, I would probably watch Spirited Away again.
Your call. I mean, we can put it
right
in between Pirates and Step Brothers.
I'll do below Pirates. You do above Pirates.
But I'm like, now that you say that, I'm really good with below pirates.
Okay, I'll do above pirates. You do below pirates.
All right. Well, at least either way, I want to win.
All right, let's get this in full frame though. We'll come back to it, folks. All right, I'm above pirates. You're below pirates. One game only.
One game. Is it 3, 2, 1, shoot?
Yeah, of course. Whoever goes on
Okay.
3 is just crazy.
All right.
You count it.
Ready? I'll count it.
Ready?
Because there was a delay last time, and I don't want people claiming I delay jumped.
Heart of the cards.
3. Wait. 3, 2, 1. I closed my eyes.
Okay. We gotta go again. That was both scissors, by the way, for audio listeners.
Both scissors.
Ready?
Okay. If we both did scissors,
that means Devin's gonna do X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I got it.
I know what you're gonna do.
I know what you're gonna do.
But I know you're gonna counter it. So 3, 2, 1.
I shot paper. Devin shot scissors. I almost
because normally you would have gone rock, and then I would have countered with paper. But you knew that's what I was gonna do, so that's why I switched to scissors, bro. I fucking know you, man.
Well, all right. Well, that means it goes below Pirates of the Caribbean. All right, Devin. You won. So why don't you go ahead and share with the audience?
Well, obviously, as you know, our new number 5 on the lore list, Spirited Away.
Devin, you think we could ever make something as cool as Spirited Away?
Let's find out in Building the Lore in the Writer's Zoom. So last week, we came up with the Architect's Lore original idea, Home Sweet Zoo, where a kidnapped Pagalon is rescued by his cohorts of zoo friends, and they are terrified of the outside world and just want to get home to the zoo.
Lead character is a lynx, which cements our theme of cats always being the lead character in animated films. Devin, so what's a kitty cat gonna do this week?
Okay, so I'm thinking, in honor of Spirited Away being like an epic tale about like morality, that we go for like a moral movie filmed like you know how like you got like man, like what are the things that man
versus man
creature,
man versus
has
God,
to
man versus
conquer
creature, man versus self?
I don't know, because that might like lead to self-analyzation, and I'm not ready for that.
Me neither. What about if we just go the opposite way? Instead of just a high moral movie, we just do something real stupid and real funny. Yep, like nuts.
I love it. Let's do it. All right, let's stupid. What is stupid? Give me a stupid scenario. Are we doing an animal?
Yeah, we gotta do an
animal. Anamorphize an animal.
Let's do an anamorphize. Let's do a jaguar just lost his what are those things called? Fan boat license down in the Everglades.
Because of his huge gambling debt.
Yeah. To the Gators.
Yeah.
He can't go back there.
Is a degenerate gambler who lost his livelihood being a fan boat driver in the Everglades.
Right, Jaguar.
Because what was he gambling on?
I'm gonna look up, just make sure.
Jackrabbit races?
Jaguars in Everglades. Yeah, they gotta be, because the Jacksonville Jaguars. Yeah, it's a Jaguar.
I'm just going off the name of the team.
Yeah, Jaguar, gambling debt. He's betting on the ponies. And by that we mean.
Well, I was thinking, jackrabbits are in Florida too, right?
We got Jackrabbit Racing, and he's lost a lot of money to the Gators, so he can't do his business of fan boat tours in the Everglades because that's Gator territory.
Yeah, and it's all like northern animals who are the tourists.
Yeah.
So like white-tailed deer and
an eagle, like
who
a
are
bald
so
eagle
stupid.
comes down. Yeah.
So stupid, the white-tailed deer.
White-tailed deer are stupid. The eagle's got to be like kind of pompous, like think he's better than everybody.
Well, he
No.
is. I mean, he's
But that's
because this is still like the
that's the
United
character.
States of animals.
Oh yeah, he's the top
It's the
animal
USA.
according to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was chosen as the representation of the USA, United States of Animals.
Mhm.
And he's the bald eagle. So what are you gonna do about it,
Yeah.
bitch?
He's like, you guys got a football team. I got the country.
And the football team is just actually like 11 Jaguars.
Yeah. It's just Jaguars.
Or 53, you know.
So I want this Jaguar in a straw hat, okay, chewing tobacco, sleeve of tattoos.
Okay, so not like the string.
I don't think they have wheat down there because that's the string of wheat, right?
Oh, true. I mean, it could be like a lily pad or something.
Could be a lily pad. Maybe he does that every once in a while. All right, so Jaguar, first act of the movie, first 10 minutes, he loses a shitload of money on the jackrabbit races. And then the Gators are like, you got 2 weeks to pay up, basically. So he runs out of there.
Yeah, like we do we start with like, this is the world where we like see him parking his airboat and then like going through town and we see different animals and we see the gators and then we have him go to the jack and then he loses everything.
Everything.
You think this is like a great guy? He's like saying hi to everybody.
Oh yeah,
but then
so
you like
nice. He helps the old lady.
People are watching him because they're like, he owes me money.
Yeah, that's the thing. This Jaguar, we'll call him Jack. Jack the Jaguar. Or Jackson. Jackson the Jaguar, because then Jacksonville, Florida. Jackson the Jaguar. So he's the type of guy, Jaguar, who basically everybody loves and also no one trusts because he owes everybody money. But he's such a good guy. Like he's like heart of gold. Give you the shirt off your back, but then ask you for $1,500 and he'll pay you back. He's got a good money making scheme going. That his last one was fan boating. And he's still doing that. Before that, it was gold bullions. They were going to rise up. And then before that, it was crypto mining, and he didn't understand that he needed a computer for that. He just thought he could mine in the ground for Bitcoin, and it didn't work. But he still got a couple of investors.
He got a couple of manatees involved.
Yeah.
Because they're like the equivalent of like the boomers, and they're just like,
yeah.
He said that I could double my money. Here's some animals in Florida. We have a black bear, a manatee, dolphin. I don't know how far we're getting out there. We have key deer, rabbit, armadillo, bats, flamingos. That could be an interesting character there.
What if we do like
some tree frogs, some salamanders?
What if we do a twist and the gators work for a flamingo?
I like that. Flamingo boss.
Yeah. Because everybody's like, oh, look at the flamingo. He's such a nice little cute. Then he's going to murder people.
Yeah, because he's like the one in the middle. He's like, maybe he's albino or really dark. Something to make differentiate from the other ones. But then he's always got like 150 on him, like with him. He's like, that guy's never alone. He rolls so deep.
And he's got all the flamingo bitches with him.
Yeah, and if there's like a cop, right? What probably an armadillo, because they already got the armor, right? So they're looking for him, but they can never find him because his what do you call a group of flamingo? Parade?
A murder of flamingos.
Or they like cover him up and then they like fly away in a flock. Maybe it's a flock. But
probably a flock.
So like yeah, probably a flock. But
so he's got his parade of bitches, which is the other flamingos, but then he's got his muscle, which are the gators.
It's a flamboyance.
Ooh. A flamboyance.
He's got his flamboyance with him.
Flamingos. All right, then we got the cops who are armadillos. Okay. And then I think he's got to have like a buddy. He's got to have a buddy. Maybe it's like a really lazy black bear. So like should be intimidating, but like really isn't. Just wants to kind of laze around.
Yeah. And he scams manatees a lot.
Yeah. A lot. But then he also like helps them in other ways that doesn't involve money. We could work out the details later. Because remember, we want people to identify with him and also like him. So he does. How about this? He's never scamming anybody. He actually believes in what he's doing. He just never works out for him.
Yeah, well, you said degenerate, so I was like, all right, he's scamming him, but
Not like
you're
that.
like, we gotta make him good at heart.
Yeah, no, like he really believes these get rich quick schemes are going to work. That's why everybody like still likes him. He just fails all the time.
All right, what if the bottlenose dolphins who live out on in the ocean a little further and like they have their own like ocean town or whatever, and they might have to go visit them?
Yeah,
What if those guys are real scammers?
those are real scammers. Yeah,
It's like a frat bros. And,
no one likes or trusts the dolphins.
Yeah, they've been just eating that seaweed all day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Barry the black bear is just like, you can't trust those dolphins. They think they're smarter than everybody. And they probably are, but I can't understand them.
Yeah, Jackson, he's like, I speak a little dolphin. That was highly offensive. Yeah, they are not a good group of people.
The only words they would
mammals.
teach me are fucking swear words, man. You should.
Yeah, and then also they're throwing around a blowfish because I'm pretty sure dolphins like they with something they like eat a blowfish and it gets them a little high and then they like fuck with
Yeah,
it
and then
like,
they kick it
pass
around like a fucking yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be funny. That would be funny. Okay. All right. Okay. So Jackson loses money on the Jackrabbit races, and that was his
Jackrabbit.
last ditch effort to win money to pay back the manatees from the previous Bitcoin mining failure fiasco. But now
but he also owes the money to the Gators because they run the Jackrabbit races.
Exactly. So he
owes money to two groups of people.
Two different people.
Or mammals or amphibians.
Yeah.
Creatures.
So the manatees are kind of like the lovable, but like a little threatening. Like, oh man, I love you, Jackson, but I'd hate to have to drown you. And you're like, oh shit, they would actually drown him. Like, holy fuck.
We can go underwater for 4 hours at a time. Can you?
Have you ever been underwater that long?
Yeah. Just real slow, but threatening.
It's just like, Jerry, I'm gonna get you your money back. I took out a bad bet. Number 6. Everybody was like, number 6 is gonna win. I didn't realize number 6 had already had sex with his wife right before that. He didn't have the juice to finish the race. You know what I mean?
Didn't have the juice,
it's
man.
Not my fault. The Gators, they always set you up. The Gators set you up.
We got to make a lot of Jackson's Hole jokes.
Of course.
Because he's in the hole. His name's Jackson Hole. There's a place called Jackson Hole,
Okay, so I think the movie is just him going through society, his old connects, to try to get enough money to pay back both of these things before they kill him.
He's got to have one last scheme.
Yeah. Again, not scamming anybody. This is
But he has to go to the dolphins who are definitely scamming people.
Definitely scamming.
So what's that scheme going to be? Buried treasure.
Yeah, of course. Or underwater treasure for some of the Spanish ships. They, crash landed. They know where the gold is.
Or they could be the ships of like the pythons because how they're like an invasive species to Florida. So it's like
instead of like the Spanish, that's a funny joke.
It's like the python ships, like
just imagine.
Yeah, man.
We got a sweet.
They burned all their ships so they couldn't leave.
Yeah, we got a sweet animated
Nymeria style.
We got a sweet animated sequence where Jackson's out on the high seas and he's putting on some kelp scuba suit and he's diving underwater for that gold. And then he obviously has to get betrayed by the dolphins who take the gold from him. And then how is he gonna win? He's got to win somehow, but how does he win?
I think he uses the manatees, and he tells them straight up. He's like, guys, I found the gold, but the dolphins have it. You could have told us that.
Honesty's the best policy, Jackson.
And then, boom, humpback whale comes in.
Then there's just a vicious battle scene between manatees, humpback whales, Jackson riding the humpback whale. And then they're about to come to blows, and the dolphins are just like, oh, yeah, here's your cut, buddy. Like, they give it up. Because dolphins are pussies. You actually show some
The
strength to
black
them,
bear
and
is
you're
just
going to get that.
riding a manatee ready to strike.
Yeah. So that's how
But because of the weight of the bear and the speed of the manatee, they're way behind the pack.
way behind. He's getting the gold, and then you see the black bear come through. He's like, no. Bear, we're good. We're good.
We're good. Turn around.
Oh, thank
God damn it.
Thank God. That is so exhausting. Have you ever tried to hold a paw like that? I was doing that for 30 minutes because I didn't know when they were coming
Hell
up.
of a workout, bro.
So, yeah, Jackson wins with the power of honesty and friendship.
So do these animals wear pants and clothes? Because I would love to see them in
Jackson,
some
yeah.
Hawaiian shirts.
Oh, all of them do, except for the ones. Actually, no, all of them do. Even the man.
You know what Jackson wears?
suits on.
He wears a white tank top and some jean shorts.
I really want him in Crocs too. Just always
Joe-
in Crocs.
What is that guy from Tiger King? Joe Exotic looking like.
But nice guy. People love him.
Yeah.
People love him.
Maybe instead of like. This is the weird. And we never reference it. But instead of like animal teeth, like shark teeth, it's just human teeth.
You know that implies
is
that
like-
he murdered these people, right?
Well, it implies that this is a world where humans once existed, and then somehow they gave the power of person to the animals, and then the first thing the animals did was hunt and destroy all the humans.
You know what I said?
That's just some lore.
You know what I said in Spirited
So
Away?
this is Pentalon 18.
You know what I said in the Spirited Away part? We don't got to explain it.
You don't got to explain. It's Pentalon 18. Anything happens.
This
in
is the
Pentalon
world.
18.
Everything happens in Pentalon 18. All right. And then, obviously, he pays back the Gators. And his debt, null and void. Hold on. Okay. He's got to have a honey who gets kidnapped by the flamingo then, right? There's got to be a female character or maybe a brother.
A deer.
Or
Let's give him
something.
a deer.
Deer? But jaguars eat deers, Devin.
That's why it's like no one thinks they should be together.
Okay.
My mom says you're just gonna eat me one day.
Well, you keep up.
Honey, I would never do that.
Would never do that. You do look tasty. What? Nothing. I said you look hot.
Looking real good.
Looking real good.
Not like I'm gonna eat you. Just like great in
You
that
are.
dress.
You look mouth-wateringly good. Wait, what?
Keela, the key deer.
Keela the key deer. Okay.
Or
Not
Kayla, maybe
not-
that's more of a real name.
not the brightest, but lovable. Again,
It's easily scared.
easily scared, easily tricked.
But then like gets tricked, but like, like instead of flight, she goes, "Ah!"
Yeah, then just stops. Pause.
and then slaps. Like a pause and then a slap. Like she does the natural like deer in the headlights, but then she's also evolved to just slap.
Mhm, mhm.
And you know that slap's coming. Like he like pause and then he'll like count it down and then duck under the slap or something. Like he knows.
I
it's
like
coming.
it. Okay. What do you think about this? There's just one more added, just to give him a hero's moment. Is that okay? He wins with the manatees by telling the truth, power of friendship. He goes back to the Gators. He pays them off, and like the flamingo guy's like, all right, you're dead squared. You can take Kilo back. But then there's like one gator who's like maybe trying to take over the flamingos thing. He's a little bit too aggressive. Jackson takes him down.
I like that.
Okay, with the help of Kilo
And the bear.
and the bear. All right. Okay.
And then they give them to the piranhas. We got to cover the evidence.
No. The flamingo. What's his name? What are we gonna go with? Fabricio the flamingo.
Fabricio.
Jackson takes this guy down, and he's like, "Oh shit!" And then the Fabricio's like, "We'll take care of it. This is the Everglades after all." And then Barry's like, "Jackson, we need to go." We need to go.
We need to get out of here, back to our bayou.
All right, well, that's the Architects of Lore original idea. Jackson's Hole.
It definitely sets the tone for. Oh, I don't
Because
know if
he's
I
dug
love
himself
that.
into a hole. Yeah,
Yeah, and it's a play on like the actual real life.
exactly. Exactly. I think we keep it. I think we keep it.
Let's go with it.
All right.
The Architects of Lore original animated idea, Jackson's Hole, where Jackson, a Florida Jaguar,
Jaguar.
who means well, gets in some debt.
Two different people. First, he sells an idea that he truly believes in to the manatees, who are kind of like the boomers. And then, to try to pay off the manatees for his adventure that didn't work, mining for Bitcoin, he goes to the old jackrabbit races and he throws down money that he does not have.
And he loses it to the Gators, who is run by a flamingo, a boss flamingo, who's always surrounded by his, what did I say it was?
Flamboyance.
Flamboyance. So he can never get caught by the armadillo cops.
Who are very slow, but very armored.
Somehow he comes up with a deal with the Dolphins to figure out a way to get some pirate gold, which
Underwater
came
treasure.
from the pythons who sailed here and now are
An invasive
living
species
in the
in Pentalon 18.
No one really likes them.
That's basically Florida. And the pythons are the
Yeah.
Spanish. They had ships.
Yeah.
But then imagine this sweet jaguar in like a kelp scuba suit going underwater with his black bear friend also in a kelp scuba suit, finding this gold, and then the dolphins trick him and take all the gold.
So he just has to tell the manatees the truth, who are weirdly understanding. They just don't like being lied to.
Don't like being lied to.
They want to tell them up front. So they get a humpback whale and they go over to the dolphins. And before things really get out of hand, the dolphins give the cut to Jackson, who then pays off the manatees and has enough to pay off the gators. But when he goes to pay back the gators, there's one gator who's out and he's trying to make his own way. So
his name is Gerald, but he goes by Scarface because everybody's like, Jerry, what are you doing? He's like, my name's Scarface.
You got that scar from a hatching accident. Shut up.
Do I have a scar on my face? My name is Scarface. Jerry, shut up, man. And Jerry goes too overboard, and he kidnaps Jackson's lady, a white-tailed deer named Keela, who's lovable. And she has a flight or flight response to pause and then punch you in the face.
So, Jackson does what jaguars and bears do, and they kill that gator. And then they have to tell the Fabricio, who says, don't worry, it's Everglades. We'll make him disappear.
Everglades.
Where Barry then brings Jackson out of there. They save Keela. Everyone's happy. Back in the bayou. And they're given another swamp ride to some Florida white-tailed deer.
And that's the Architects of Lore original idea, Jackson's Hole.
If you like that original idea, let us know by emailing us at architectsoflore@gmail.com. Please follow us on Instagram at Architects of Lore. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube, Architects of Lore. And look for us on TikTok at Architects of Lore and Twitter or X at Arc of Lore. So, now that I did all that
TikTok,
wordy now.
TikTok's at Architects of Lore, right?
Yeah, I changed it.
Okay.
I changed that. No, I changed YouTube, so it's Architects of Lore on YouTube. Yeah.
Cool. Also, be sure to hit subscribe on every platform that you can and notifications so you know when the new episodes go live.
5 stars, please. It's free. So, Zach, what movie are we going to watch in our feel-good animation study for next week?
Hold on a second. Let me go change into a new shirt.
Let me forget to do this segment and do it 5 days later.
All right, here we are. So for next week's episode, I was looking at it, and there are so many good, great, feel-good animated movies. You could go with a classic like Aladdin. You could go with one of like a newer ones that I love, like Kung Fu Panda or How to Train Your Dragon. But I feel like those are always like everybody's like always thinking about those. What I want to do with my movie this week, because this is a feel good movie for me, is I want to tell people maybe one that kind of fell off their radar. They didn't really see it when it come out, and they kind of forgot about it because it didn't blow up, even though it's a great movie. And that's Big Hero 6. I love that movie. San Francisco is the
San Fran Tokyo.
I think it's Tokyo. Is there a T? Maybe there is. I don't know. But it's about a boy genius in a futuristic city who has a lovable robot companion, and they got to save the world. It's also on Disney Plus.
Fantastic. Can't wait to see it again. It's been a while. Baymax.
Everybody, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And if you have a TikTok account, subscribe to Architects of Lore on TikTok. I know we say all the other ones, but TikTok's where it's popping up because your boy over here is throwing up some clips. I did one, and it took off.
Well, thank you, everybody.
Devin never knows.
I don't know your exit, so I couldn't even. I don't even know how do you started your exit. So.
And remember, if you got a story in your head but you can't seem to get it out,
do it.
Fucking do it, man. Because if it sucks, who cares?
That's what editing's for. Bye. All right, well, let's shoot this week's then, huh? Yeah, give me an extended ooh. I love the extended ooh.
Ready?
Yeah. Wait, what was I gonna say? I had a question.
All right, let me hit stop recording so we can start.
No! Don't stop. Because you cut out too much stuff. I don't have bloopers anymore.
That's fine.
So it's like we're getting too tight.
We're getting too tight.
We're getting too tight.